Hey everybody, this is John from Off the Top Sportscast. I just had a quick question for you. I see everybody's talking about the All NBA snubs, and I got to thinking about how much do I care about these All NBA teams? Do they factor in at all with you guys? If you're thinking of the career of a guy, do you look at how many all NBA teams this guy has made, defense or offensive, does it really matter? I don't really know how many all NBA teams Jordan has, LeBron has. I'm going to assume it's a lot. I don't know who has the record for the most, but when I'm thinking about the accolades that are important to me, all NBA teams don't really come into factor at all. All-star games, not really at all for me. Anyway, it's a cool thing to have on your resume. I understand why the guys want it. A lot of their bonuses and their contracts. You know, if you make an All NBA team, if you make a certain amount of them before your first contract, you can be eligible for a supermax. So I get why it's important to them. I just don't know in the history of when we look at sports what some of these awards mean. You know, we've got guys who have these Defensive Player of the Year awards, and it's an impressive thing to have in the NBA. Does it mean less now than it did in the past? Um, you know, you used to have to lead the league in something to really get the award. You know, a defensive player would have to lead the league in blocks. Um, Rudy Gobert didn't lead the league in blocks this year. He didn't lead the league in rebounds. He's a great all around defender. And I'm not saying he's not deserving because I'm not looking at the analytics and the numbers that closely, but I don't know what that means in his legacy, and I don't know how much I'll take that into account. I take winning to account. I take points into account. The cumulative blocks and rebounds, and I take championships into account. And more importantly, when I look at a guy, I want to know when I saw that guy play how that guy made me feel, how he how he dominated his era or how he affected his era. We have a lot of guys that are being talked about right now as potential future Hall of Famers. Um, I don't know how many of those we're really looking at that are under 30 right now. We got a lot of guys, the usual suspects, LeBron, of course, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. After that, it gets kind of hazy on who I think is a surefire Hall of Famer at this time. Those are the stats that count to me. All NBA, I don't know how much that really counts to me, but more importantly, I want to know how much does it count to you guys? What do you guys think of when you see those awards? Does it move the needle for you? Do you take those into account when you're looking at somebody's legacy, somebody maybe you haven't seen play or didn't get to see a lot play a lot? When you look at those NBA teams, all NBAs, how much does it really matter to me? Leave it in the comments because I'm really interested. I don't want to diminish what it is to have these awards, um, but I'm just saying personally, me right now thinking about it and hearing people talk about the guys who got snubbed this year, or the guys who got in and the reasons they did. I think you can make arguments for a lot of guys, and a lot of guys are surefire guys that should be in there. Sometimes this award seems more like they have to put people in there. I'm not sure if some of these guys who made the third team All NBA really deserve to be in there, or if they've just been these longtime good players that we just put in there because they're just placeholders. We have to put them in there. I think there's a lot of young, deserving guys to win these awards this past year. A lot of new faces, and that didn't wasn't really reflected as much in the All NBA rankings. It was kind of more reflected in what happened with the MVP voting. You saw Shea Gilgeous-Alexander up there in the voting. I think he came in second. You saw the Lucas. You saw these different guys that came into play. Brunson and Halliburton was even in this talk for a little bit before he got hurt. So let me know what you think about these awards and how you view them. Do you take the All NBA to be a defining list of the good players that were of this year, or do you consider it when you're looking at the rankings of guys? Are you impressed by how many All NBA teams this player has made? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know because it's just how I feel right now thinking about it. But I would love to hear the arguments that changed my mind, and I would love my mind to be changed. So let us know. Off the Top Sportscast, just something quick that I really wanted to come out and ask as it was top of mind. These playoffs have been fantastic. I hope you guys have been enjoying it just like I have. These playoffs have been very competitive, basically up and down up until this last round. And these games have been good games. Just the outcomes have been, one-sided. So, Off the Top Sportscast, this is Big John. Thank you guys. We'll talk to you later. And please, as always, talk to a stranger about sports today.